So I'm calling this six pack of questions,
Woo.
but I'm gonna start off with a bonus question. Okay, you're on a desert island. Okay, and all that washes up from whatever boat you're on or whatever is a six pack of beer. What beer is it?
Oh, it's Lone Star.
That's Lone Star all day, son, all day.
It's Lone Star.
It's Lone Star,
Yeah,
all day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, God bless. All
yeah,
right.
that was. Yeah, you could hold me under. You could waterboard me, and the answer would be Lone Star. Yeah.
I don't even know what that means, but that sounds tough.
Well, it means like I could be feeling like I'm drowning, and that would still be the answer I would
You
come
could
up
waterboard me with Lone Star, and I would still say Lone Star.
Yeah, exactly.
I might hate it at that moment about
I
like
could have a PTSD moment with that beer, and I would still name it. Yes.
God bless. All right. What is the best day? Oh, wait. This six pack questions. What is the best way to spend a rainy weekend?
A rainy weekend.
Yes, sir.
A rainy weekend is on the couch with your loved one and your pup and a blanket and probably 5 or 6 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
Wait, but is the girl? Is this with your lady that you would be doing this with? Right?
Yeah.
Is she into Schwarzenegger movies? Is she down with that?
Sure.
Hey, this is your day.
She loves me. You said the perfect way I would spend it.
I didn't ask how
we would spend it.
Yeah, I didn't ask how she was spending the weekend.
I mean, perfect way we would spend it. It would probably be, curled up on the couch with the pup and a blanket, looking out the window, and then watching some other really good movies. Nancy Meyers movies. I love Nancy Meyers movies.
Is there a show that y'all watch together?
We've watched many. We've watched The Office. We've watched Mad Men. We've watched Yellowstone. We've watched that new one on, I think it's Amazon, The Adventures of Daisy. It's the
Adventures of Daisy Duke. What'd you say?
No, Daisy. It's I don't know. She liked it. I was there for it. I love her. I love her to death.
What's your favorite quotation?
Wow. Is it weird that the two are both like presidential quotes?
No.
Okay, so one is John F. Kennedy, of course. We were talking about that earlier. It's ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. I've always loved that.
Okay, pause. What do you think he meant by that? What do you really think he was trying to say?
What he meant by that is that have pride in and with the people around you. And
be part of the human race.
Yes. Well, not necessarily at that time because he was trying to crush the communists, but ask not. Don't look up, look in. That's what that quote means. Don't
heavy.
Look up, look in. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And that doesn't mean be in the military. That doesn't mean die. That doesn't mean pay exorbitant amount of taxes. That doesn't mean be a slave to the corporate capitalist pigs. It means look in, look around, look in. Don't look up. We're here. We love each other on a base level, on a community level. America gets along.
Okay.
Just come on.
Look.
Just come on and get along.
Okay. So let me preface this with how many instruments do you play? What instrument? Just a piano?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I can
noodle a guitar.
Yeah. That's being nice.
Well, I think most piano players noodle guitars.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like some sort of like, they're always guitar noodlers.
Yep.
And it just depends on how much you want to noodle.
Piano's the answer.
Yeah. Keytar?
Keytar, yep. but that's because it's piano.
Yeah.
Anything with keys. I mean, I guess I could play the xylophone too, because it's the same setup. But
All right.
but I don't play the xylophone.
If you could master one instrument, what would it be?
If I could master an instrument,
and piano's still on the table if you want to pick piano.
Mm-mm. I mean,
no, you're like, no.
That'd be great, but Mozart's already taken the cake. He can have it. He's the greatest ever. He's a genius. He was a baby and could play it. I'll let him have it. I'm gonna go Kenny G and the saxophone. You know,
fancy.
I want to jam. I want to jam with Kenny G. I think that would just be the sexiest fucking thing. Sorry.
Do you know what I'm not? Do you know what I'm really shocked about? Is like no rapper has done anything with Kenny G,
dude. Because it's like,
can you imagine what they could put out together?
It's endless. I mean, could you imagine?
I feel like Pitbull could do something with that.
Well, I'm not going to promote Pitbull, but I'm sure he's a great performer. But yeah, I mean, seriously, Dr. Dre or
absolutely,
or Jay-Z should work with Kenny G immediately, especially with something Christmassy, because he will rock that turtleneck. And I mean, I'm not even doing this any facetious way. Like, will absolutely elevate the jam. Kenny G is sick. You should check it out.
I look.
He has the Guinness Book of World Record of the longest held note by any wind instrument or any instrument that you put wind through.
Look, all I keep coming into my...
Saxophone's a brass. It's not a wind.
All I keep coming back to my head is Kenny G just covering the whole album of Still Dre.
Yeah, please.
He's like... Anyway.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg.
Oh, okay. If you could have front row seats to any concert, who would you like to see? And we'll do. Hey, we can do a live or dead or anybody you want to do. Anybody you want to do.
I mean, my first instinct was the John C. Reilly quote, where he's like, "I'm just front row at Leonard Skinner, but Jesus is the front man. He's got an angel band, and I'm just hammered. I'm hammered drunk." No, I think if I could do any show, ooh, man, that's tough. Super Instinct is not very close, like maybe not front row, but like pretty close. Prime Queen.
Wow.
Because Freddie Mercury is probably absolutely the best front man that modern music has ever seen.
Who's number two?
Front man?
Yeah.
That modern music has ever seen? Mick Jagger.
Who's number three?
I
know I'm putting you on the spot with this, but I'm
either Ian Curtis from Joy Division or David Byrne from Talking Heads.
Yeah.
Ian Curtis, we didn't get enough of. Sadly, you know, he took his own life before they could do big shows or tour. He was pretty incredible. David Byrne, obviously, is just David Byrne. I mean, wore the huge suit, did the whole thing. David Bowie is incredible. Being a piano player, I want to say Elton John and Billy Joel, but because the piano is so limiting, you know, I mean, that's what makes Elton John cool, is that he was able to stand on the piano and run around, and that's what makes Freddie Mercury cool, is he has that half staff. If you ever really watch him, he's got that half staff microphone that he can clip into the piano and unclip and run around with. And it's almost like a sword. It's almost like
he's not tied to anything.
It's almost like a costume piece, you know, that he has. So that's very powerful for him. But I would say that, if I had to pick one thing that I was never, because I was able to see the Eagles with my mother. I was able to see a lot of these classic bands. I was not able, obviously, to see Queen with Freddie Mercury. So yeah, I would say that I would want to be, just right there with the man, the myth, that mustache.
That mustache.
Them teeth, boy.
What a great performer. He was just such a great performer.
Incredible. Gets the audience to do his vocal warm up.
Well, I think I've told this story before. I'll make it quick. I went to a comedy show, and the guy that when he started off, he got the whole audience to do like alms with him and stuff like that, and like it was powerful, man. Like even for me, like I wasn't even ready for it. I was like, wow, now I'm juiced up for this show. Amazing.
It's a vibration deal, man.
Yeah,
I mean that's a human thing. It's a living being thing. That's real.
All right,
artists tap into that. Freddie Mercury was a genius.
If you could be a famous athlete for one single game, who would you be?
Bo Jackson.
When he tore his hip, when he had his hip pointer? Or?
I was thinking of a baseball game, but yeah, not the game where he was chased down in football and tore his fucking leg out of his body. Okay, Bo Jackson, or this is morbid, but Lou Gehrig when he gave his speech.
It's kind of cool. I never thought of a sport event from an aspect of a speech. You know what I mean?
Lou Gehrig, when he stepped on, diagnosed, and said, "Today, I consider myself the luckiest man in the world." Full Yankee Stadium. Got a hit that day. I mean, it's like, shit. To be there, to be that man, to have lived that life, to be in New York at that time. I mean, fuck the Yankees, you know? I mean, we'll scratch that, but just the whole thing of being a Yankee at that time was pretty incredible. I mean, that Lou Gehrig speech, I mean, and, you know, baseball's special to me. You know that. Baseball's special to me. So anything around that. Lou Gehrig giving that speech live on the radio and then also to the stadium when he said that he was sick and then, you know, he died a couple of months later. It's just tragic and awful. And, you know, he's one of the greatest players ever. And baseball's just cool. You know?
Okay. Did you ever watch, do you know the concept of the show Quantum Leap?
I do.
Okay. So what if there's like a quantum leap for like sports? Like it was just like sporting events, like, you know, because in Quantum Leap, doesn't he go and like he relives like
he's in someone else's body.
Yeah, right.
And then he has to solve a problem.
Right.
Yes.
That would be cool.
But then, well, yeah.
Hey, but then while you're talking, all I could think of.
Here we go.
All I could think of is being in Magic Johnson's body when he.
No. Don't do
it. He announced he had HIV. I'm like, God damn. But now he owns like 2 sports teams stuff, so fuck it. I guess he's fine. I guess everything's fine, man.
Imagine like finding an old lamp in a trash can and a genie pops out and it's like, I'm taking you back to a sports time. And it's like, oh, thank God. And it's like,
you're like, cool. Like what is it? And they're like,
you're gonna relive one of the biggest moments of the biggest stars ever.
Hey,
it's like,
it's when
great.
Hey, it's when Bo Jackson got his hip pointer. You're gonna be there. Or it's when Magic Johnson announced that he had HIV.
It's like, okay, take me there. And then you zoom in and it's like, wait, what? I'm at the press conference. Where am I? Wait, I'm Magic Johnson. I gotta tell everybody I have AIDS.
Fuck, man. Like, you're like, I hope I'm announcing my retirement. I am announcing my retirement? Oh, because of HIV. Oh, man. Hey, yeah. Do you know what event that I would love to do? Quantum Leap, sporting Quantum Leap. What are we gonna call this? Quantum Leap Sports. I would love
quantum long jump.
Okay, look, quantum long jump. Fair. All right. I would love to be when Allen Iverson was like, we're talking about practice. Practice. We're talking about not a game. We're talking about practice.
or when Marshawn Lynch was like, yes, ma'am. Like, yes, ma'am. Or just so I won't get fined.
Just so I won't get fined.
Just so I won't get fined. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Oh, man. All right. If you could have a conversation with a deceased friend or relative, who would you choose?
Man, that's tough.
Well, it's the last one. That's why.
I feel like I've been able to find a lot of peace with family relatives that have passed. It's been friends that are the unspoken, you know?
Well, you mentioned on the podcast that you lost like friends in high school. And like the only time I experienced that is we had a drinking and driving accident, but I never experienced like what you were talking about where it's like, people have gotten shot and murdered and things like that. I've never experienced that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The overdosing and the suicide and getting killed by other people for bullshit is rampant. And it's outrageous. And I thought it would stop. I mean, I'm not old, but I consider myself old now, man. And it just don't quit. It don't quit. Last year I had to bury a homie. Overdose. Just couldn't quit them pills, man. Just couldn't quit them. And it got him. And I've had friends go missing. We didn't know what was happening, find their body. Overdose or bad drugs or just one too many. It's disgusting, and it's hard, and it's hard to think about your friends being out there in the cold or being out there letting the weather get on them before their family can find them, before we can show them the proper respect, that they need and that they deserve. Yeah. Shout out. I would just say that I love you to them all. Grant Thurston, Stacy, Johnny Goosey, Keith, my boy Keaton, Julian Isaac, Stuart Serrata. Real homies, real homies. That are gone, forever. And it's real, and I'm sorry, and I love them to death. And I think about them every day, that's literal, every day. Just, I love you. That's what I want to say.
Hey,
we love you.
I appreciate you doing this. Here's to those guys.
Yeah, man.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.